Greetings, sir and sirettes, and welcome back to Stellaris with me, Lathrix, and of course, welcome to the more aggressive side of Megacorporations in this full playthrough episode. So this is a Megacorporation where the initial corporation, before taking over the entire empire, was essentially the military-industrial complex, so pretty much everything to do with making weapons, sorting out the military, and lots of stuff like that. That corporation became the dominant force within the empire and took over the government. So we are the friendly military industries, the most beloved and kind of all military industries in the entire galaxy. We are fanatic militarist, we are regular authoritarian, we are of course corporate, and we have two very interesting civics. So let's begin then with the ethics. So we are fanatic militarist, which means our ship fire rate is increased by 20%, and our claims are decreased by 20%. At least in terms of costs. This means we have very powerful fleets and the ability to take over other empire space at a relative decent price. So that is very nice indeed. Although, since we are corporate, we don't want too much space, this will still be very nice before we turn everyone into our tributaries. Because that is the end goal of this empire. Every other empire will pay us protection money. We are here to protect the galaxy from itself. And because of that, we deserve compensation. At 25% of their energy income, I think that's only a fair deal. We are also authoritarian, and speaking about fair deals, I'm not sure, but I'm hoping this is how it works. But if you take over an empire, and then they are your tributary, I'm hoping you can then put down the branch offices on their planets. I'm not quite sure if that works, since I'm fairly certain you can't make a commercial pact with an empire you own. It would be amazing if we could then put down all of those branch offices to empower those under our sway. So then, next, civics, indentured assets, and yep, I'm trying to make this seem like a good empire, but no, we're definitely more on the side of evil here. Indentured assets. This megacorporation specialises in large indentured workforces. It has very little to do with the barbaric practices of the past. These workers are merely paying off their debts indefinitely, meaning that 40% of our population are owned by the state, and their population's resource is increased by 10%. And I said that very, very weirdly. As you can probably tell, I'm in a bit of a weird mood at the moment. Lots of caffeine, no sleep. This is how I turn out. We make this type of empire. We also have private prospectors, something I've never used before but seems really powerful. This allows us to have the private colony ship, which is similar to the regular colony ship, but it only costs energy, so no alloys, no consumer goods, and no food, which is so much better. In addition to this, we also get +10 to our admin cap, which is good because megacorporations really struggle with the empire sprawl penalty, which is increased by 50%. Essentially, if the empire goes over the admin cap, we get +50% to all of the negative consequences. We're still going over the admin cap, but not by as much as I normally do, at least that's the idea. Now with our species, we are deviant, we are ingenious, and we are industrious, meaning that we get lots and lots of energy and lots of minerals. We are of course also sedentary, since that's the go-to negative. So our governing ethics are going to go all over the place, but we're going to get a lot of pretty gems and a lot of energy in the process, and isn't that the entire point? Our world is weapon storage, and other than that, I think it's about time we just get straight into the game itself. And we are going with the avian ships, because avian ships and the arthropoid are definitely my favourite too. Okay, I've been waffling for way too long now, only slightly incoherently. Let's get into the game. Oh wait, no, first, advisor voice. What we're going to do is militarist, because I never use militarist. Advisor. I can't even do basic words now. We are going to go with maximum difficulty, as always. We are making the mid and end game 50 years earlier, and we are allowing the AI aggressiveness to be on high. We are also allowing for advanced AI starts, and I am using the AI mod, which should make the AI a lot more dangerous. Let's begin. Here we are, near the centre of the galaxy, and we are using a ring galaxy, okay? Sending our science ship out. Our research is focusing on unity and weaponry, which is always very nice. And as soon as possible, I am most likely going to build either the alloy foundry or the corporate culture site, which also gives you trade value, which I've only just now realised. Okay, we're definitely going with that then, because that gives us energy as well. Now, one thing I do want to check is policies. I want my food policy to be nutritional plentitude. And my economic policy to be, yep, we have this already on, which is giving us bonus alloys at the cost of consumer goods. There's no point in our people being comfortable if aliens are trying to kill us. At least that's the basic idea there. Our species is stratified, lovely, meaning the rulers and the specialists are happy, whereas the workers are far less so. But the important thing is the specialists and the rulers have loads of extra political power, so as long as the rulers are happy, it doesn't really matter about the rest. We are the good guys, by the way. Everything I've just said, yep, that's what a good guy would sound like. Time for some more trade value, society research, and unity. So apparently we have a cult. So the cult events are occurring, and I've just made quite a few scientists because I want all the precursor events to be done as soon as possible. We're going to begin with expansion, then most likely move over to supremacy, and then prosperity. Are we winning this fight? Be nice if we did. Excellent. I'm tempted not to continue this event, as I believe if you don't continue this, the extra cultists don't spawn around the map. Though I might be wrong about that, to be honest. That's what someone told me once. Now that's a lovely first system to grab. 2 6-mineral planets. I'm okay with that. Thank you very, very much indeed. And we now have a space for our next building, which of course will be alloy foundries. Though saying that, we could also go down the route of a little bit of early science. So here's the thing, what should the Great Bomb be? No, sorry, the Great Bomb is the star. What shall the weapon storage be? Well, I'm assuming, let's make alloys. We do need a research world, though, because although I do want to focus a lot on alloys, we do need some research to get our weapons up to scratch. A fuming bog. Lovely. 2 decent worlds there. One of you will be a science world, one of you, well, more alloys. Lots and lots of scientists.
Construction complete.
We want as many events as possible. Now, can one of you two please go back and actually, you know, do that event, please? That would be great. Now, you may be wondering if this middle one here is a little bit evil. No, not at all. This is just allowing those who owe too much to the state to fulfill their role and pay off their debt a little bit quicker. They're having a great time. Absolutely great time. Our neighbours are honor-bound warriors. Well, they are going to be very difficult to destroy, be friends with. At least you didn't get the advanced start, but still, you are actually somewhat scary. On the upside, you don't really hate us, so it's unlikely you're going to be too aggressive for quite a while. I may bribe you. Just for a commercial pact or something, just to keep you tame and non-aggressive for a while. Sure. Hey, guess what we have? Weapons! By the looks of things, you like these. Not as much as I would have thought. Should have waited for the new contact thing to go away. I just basically met you and within a day or so threw weapons at you. Be my friend! Gun to the face. Didn't work, weirdly. Well, this will definitely be our science world. Bonus 20% to all society and honestly, pretty rubbish districts. So yeah, definitely built for a bit of bonus science. Also has the Savage Wildlands. What did they do? Is that just the bonus society? Whoa, that's another bonus society. It's separate. This one is bonus 20, this one's bonus 10.
Systems
well then, yeah, definitely our science world. Not the most pleasant place to live, but apparently great for science. Sorry, scientists. You're not getting the best deal here. Ooh, more worlds.
Scientific
so many worlds nearby. Sadly, most of these are useless, but still, there is a 60% there, which is fine. With loads of rare resources. Decent start. A decent start indeed. Never underestimate the glorious power of bribery. They're now our bestest friends. I'm sure at no point will I try and take you
Conquest
over.
of a new world has begun.
Now, what I really want to do is rush down here, because over here there is yet another world. Look how perfect that is. Because that's kind of what we want. Lots of worlds, few systems. All of our admin cap needs to count.
Survey complete.
Continental, Desert, Arctic. So only one of these worlds is useful, but it isn't 18 size. Honestly, even if they do end up grabbing this system or this system, I'm just going to rush ahead there and just steal this from underneath them. Although saying that, we might not have enough influence. Come on, factions, hurry up and get here. We need some more influence. I think I just saw one of their construction ships heading over to here, so they're going to grab this system. This is going to be a really weird looking border. Yep, they're going to grab that, so
Construction complete.
that's a lot of influence we need to save up. Hopefully we will be able to get that, though, before they can grab this and this. So glad they didn't get the advanced start, because that would be a nightmare. Friends! The first tradition tree is now finished, and I've gone for one vision, giving us bonus unity, less amenities usage, and bonus governing ethics attraction. After this, I'm most likely going to go for, if I can find you, technological ascendancy, giving us more research speed, and rare technologies are more common. After that, though, I have absolutely no idea. I'm very tempted by something like nihilistic acquisition. This way, we can weaken other empires and make them inferior to us without taking over their space. Just absolutely destroy their economy and then give them the solution by letting them become one of our tributaries. We are essentially selling the solution to a problem we're creating, but you get the idea. It's a good way of doing that without taking over loads of space and increasing our empire sprawl. And it's fun. Other than that, I don't really know where else we're going. Most likely going with something like the Arcology project, but yeah, no idea what else is going to happen. I guess we'll just see what happens when it happens.
System complete.
The one time I'm not playing an expansion-orientated empire, and look at all this space we have!
System survey complete.
Damn it, Stellaris! I mean, thank you for all the worlds and stuff, but come on, this is just mean. We're being nice. We could have had some minerals there, but we're giving it back to its rightful owners.
Found.
For once, we've used the bunker bot for influence, so what we're going to do is grab these two systems here because of all that lovely trade value, and then honestly, I'm going to stop. I don't really want to grab all that much more space. Maybe I'll move over here so we can encompass this within our empire, but yeah, that's about it. The rest of the systems aren't really all that special. No good worlds, no huge resource yields, just empty space. Okay, I was going to go down the route of supremacy first, but since we have good friends here, and honestly I don't really care about fighting them just yet, I think prosperity might be the best option just to make sure we have nice and cheap clerks. Saying that, maybe discovery then. Yeah, let's go down the route of discovery, making sure our leaders level up nice and fast and we get some more research. What's the point of having ships if they can't blow things up efficiently? Time loop. So, this can actually spawn fanatic purifiers. Repair the shield. No, they are staying there. They are going nowhere near us. We don't need that, thank you very much. So it turns out waiting for the whole cultist events was pretty perfect. Since now they've spawned here, here, and here, but we've already scouted ahead far past all of these systems, so all is well. Well, that's different. Normally, with this particular event, you have either the option to ignore it and deal with the sprawling slums, or you can fix it by using influence. Instead, I can add devastation and make everyone enraged and get influence back by simply throwing out the inhabitants and razing the area. Well, I'm definitely going with this option, mostly because the planet currently only has 2 population. Yep, only 2 in terms of population, which means there's no real jobs going on here. All those negatives, I don't really care about. So, thank you for the influence. Sorry to all the people on that planet. Taking down some pirates because I accidentally messed up our trade routes. Lovely. And there they go. Well, we ended up getting none of these for ages, and then suddenly 3 at once. Absolutely lovely. So we're about to finish off the Precursor events, and if we're very, very lucky, the first league is the Precursor, which allows you to have the planet-wide city. That lovely, lovely ultimate planet. Which would be a very, very good start for us indeed. There we are, one of the cultist fleets have been removed.
Special project complete.
So you fellows can get back to surveying absolutely everything. And you, currently saving up influence, so we can just grab this system here, which has 3 worlds I want. One has a bubbling swamp, which is great. The other one has bonus minerals. Fantastic. Either way, all 3 of these will likely be just energy and mineral producers.
Project complete.
The first league's homeworld has been located. Hopefully it's nice and close to us, otherwise that'll be really annoying. Annoying, but could have been worse. Yes, indeed, the first league is giving us this. A 25 size archaeology project.
Construction complete.
Well, let's make sure to grab that as soon as possible, because that is going to be a powerhouse. Either for alloys or consumer goods, just all the processed stuff. Beautiful. Unity, science, influence, and a fantastic planet. What more could we ask for?
Our ships have been made superior.
And our ships are increasing in strength by the day.
Our ships
In
have
fact, we
been
are now
made
equivalent
superior.
in terms of our fleet power to both of our neighbours. The Imperium of Oxox. I think you're going to be our first target. This lucky colony ship is heading towards a truly bright future. Soon this will be ours. Now sadly, there are 20 ruined arcologies, but even with only 5 to begin with, that's still loads of housing, loads of clerks, and loads of everything else we could possibly need. Beautiful. Yeah, we really need to focus on getting this up and running as soon as possible. Anything which can increase our population growth will be placed on this planet.
Complete.
Oh look, there's a little ship in the atmosphere. Whee! Oh, who's closed their borders? They know we wish to devour them eventually. Hello there, Federation builders. I have no time for the likes of you, you pacifist cowards. So we now have this little bit of space over here, so let's instantly populate it, shall we? These planets will be our mineral producers, and we are going to need loads of them. Because we already have the archaeology project up and running, so yeah. Lots and lots of alloy production, lots of consumer goods, lots of everything. So we need all the base materials very, very much. Our perfect world is already being inhabited. Beautiful. So instantly let's increase growth and let's give them a governor. None of these are particularly great, honestly, for this. So let's go with the cheap one for now. We'll try and find a better one later. The first Forge world has been, well, forged. Plus 5% to all alloy production on that planet. And there we are, the next planet is about to become specialised as well, although by the looks of things, we are running out of minerals. Also need to be focused on the amenities as well, since right now we're on negative on this planet, and that's going to get worse. So make sure to get some clerks and eventually add some other stuff there as well. But for now, more alloys, more energy, more everything. Discovery is finished, leading to technological ascendancy. Still tempted by nihilistic acquisition, though. It would give us a reason to attack these fellows and weaken them heavily, and plus we can put all that new population into the archaeology, which would be really good. Have them all as clerks. Let's have a look at look-see. What are that species like in terms of their jobs? They're intelligent, and that's it. Wouldn't be great, really, then. Still, very, very tempting. There are loads of you. Oh, because you're rapid breeders, that's why, okay. Plus, by the looks of things, you had the initial advanced start. There's only 49 of you total? Wow, taking a few of you would just destroy you. Well, in that case, let's get ourselves some more population, shall we?
Construction complete.
Fleets! Move out, it's time to have some fun. And so, war begins.
At last, to war.
It doesn't even matter if we lose, honestly, as long as we have a little bit of time attacking one of their cities. That's all we care about. And by cities, of course, I mean planets. You know what? We can even just avoid the star bases. Again, we don't... Okay, next time, we can avoid the star bases because we don't really care about winning. At the moment, I'm spending all of my alloys and turning them into energy just to make sure the rest of our economy works. Hopefully soon, once these planets are all up and running, that can finally stop and we can have more normal alloy production into ships. More research would be lovely, but better weapons are better weapons. Oh dear, 2 fleets. Well, we should win this fight. Oh, they're using missiles at the moment. We're still using a lot of point defense. So, actually, yeah, we win both. Their fleets just so happen to be really poorly equipped to deal with us. Perfect. Go there, there, there. Start attacking the world, then go for their capital. If we can attack their capital even for a short while, that will be glorious. Well, that's lovely. Their fleets are ignoring ours and going for our space, which I don't really care about. Sure, bombard our planets. In the long term, that's going to do far less than what we're about to do. We're going to steal your people. Well, they're our people soon. There we are, people are now being stolen.
Construction.
So, I'm afraid, fellows, you are going to be instantly indebted to our empire. Lovely. And then we're going to move you all over there as soon as the war's over. And to make things worse, population controls, yes. The first planet is now completely drained, and we move over to their capital. Our neighbours are no longer very happy with us. Over time, they've realised that, oh yeah, they like to fight as well. But have they considered bribery? Money will get you anywhere in this galaxy. Half the population of the capital is now under our control. And with that, they are now inferior to us. And that's honestly all we were after. Completely demolish their economy so they are inferior, then we can take them over. Of course, though, I want to make sure that under no circumstance can they get their economy back quickly so that by the time the truce is over, they are still inferior to us. So I am going to completely remove every single population from their capital. Then, the war will finally be over. Then we build up our fleet, and then we attack them properly in about 10 years. It'll be so much easier to make money as soon as the galactic market is done, because that way the alloys are going to be worth maybe 10, 20 times as much as they currently are, which is pretty nice.
Breakthrough achieved.
There we are. So we've boosted it twice, which means now we are almost guaranteed to be the center of the galactic market. I'm tempted to get gene clinics just because of this world over here. No, probably best to just get more science. What? So somehow someone else managed to get the galactic market. Wait, aren't they our neighbours? Yes, they are. How? Well, there's an empire which I really want to destroy. I am legitimately very tempted now to claim their world. Because that would give us the galactic market, I believe, or at least remove it from them. I wonder what would happen if I took control over them. Who knows? On the upside, even with this going on, alloys are now surging in price. So now making money should not be anywhere near as difficult. We managed to ambush one of their fleets. Lovely. Take out those before they reach the station. Then go for the station.
Construction.
Lovely, okay. Go for their fleet over there, then come back and begin bombardment. On the upside, we now have the beauty that are autocannons. So, I just hired some mercenaries from the local marauders. The reason is, by grabbing these, we are now once again superior to these fellows, and we can send all of you over there, and we can demand tribute. Why shed our own blood when we can pay others to do it for us?
Beginning attack run on enemy station.
And hello, adorable caravanners, how are you? Honestly, that would be pretty good. So thank you for the new governor for later. The marauders are ravaging ahead, destroying absolutely everything in their path. They've already destroyed the enemy's navy. So that happened. Kind of glorious, really. Our fleets are slowly making their way behind, and they, of course, have the landing forces. They'll get there, take over the planet, and take all the glory. When you have money, you can hire the best people. Look at that scientist. Expertise in both industry and materials. Also, he happens to be psychic, which is pretty darn nice. Now you there, building upkeep minus, extra stability. Yep, you can go there. Well, I was waiting for reinforcements, but this time we're the ones being ambushed by a lot of corvettes. Yeah, I feel like these destroyers, these marauders, are going to be destroyed. I can do them words. But yeah.
Construction.
A very poor match for our marauders. Still gonna do some damage, and that's all we really need them to do, because our fleets are right there waiting. Just make sure they're all together, that would be nice. Oh no, one of our fleets did accidentally engage. Well,
Construction complete.
once again, this is their entire fleet. And we might not quite lose. Gonna be close though.
Several craven civilizations.
Yeah, the Marauder cruisers are doing a lot of work there, and we actually won the fight, and we've almost won entirely now. Okay, all of you get together. Let's make our way to the capital. Mercenary contract ends. Well, in that case, you may continue to serve us. I really don't know why. I have never had mercenaries before. They just seem so good. Admittedly, this is a pretty damaged group of mercenaries now, but at least they're loyal as long as we have money. And we have a lot of money. The war is over, and they have joined us, giving us 25% of their energy every single month, which is 107. That's actually more than I expected, considering recently I demolished their economy. Don't worry though, we're here to help you out and make sure everything gets back on track as soon as possible. We are kind. In the future, you will look back at this as the greatest moment in your civilization, when you have truly become us. Supremacy has been finished. Lovely. I'm actually somewhat tempted by galactic force projection, purely because we're not going to have as many star bases as other aggressive empires, because we simply won't have the population to support so many star bases. Though we could go with Voidborn. Now I've said that. I don't know how good Voidborn is anymore, though, since the change to planets, but that would be interesting. Certainly be something different. We definitely have the alloy production to start building them. But then the Empire sprawl will go really, really insane, which isn't really what I want right now. Grasp the Void would be nice. Just basic technological ascendancy would be good as well. We need more tech worlds. So that would be a great bit of support. Let's go with Voidborn, purely because I haven't done this before since the new update. So maybe it's great, maybe it's terrible. Let's find out. Once more, the fleet moves. Time to take over our neighbours and force them to finally see our way of thinking. Honestly, I can't imagine we're going to get too much energy from this, but once again, we will guarantee their safety, and over time, they will start to recover their economy. You know, since the last time we attacked and destroyed their economy. You know, I feel like we're not the best people in the galaxy right now. Anyway, once that's done, then we're going to build up our forces and start taking over more substantial targets. We are now finally starting to snowball. Our research is now getting much higher, and so is our alloy production, just increasing and increasing. And we're even building our very first habitat.
Our warriors are victorious. Enemy planet conquered.
These armies are almost completely made up of the species we recently conquered. It's almost like recycling, but cruel. And there we are. Welcome to the team, lads. You'll love it eventually. Trust me. Just ask our last very happy customers. Look, they're loyal now. See? They understand. They're in a much better place in the galaxy now because they're on our side. Forever. By force. Thank you for the cash, cacti. So this is the habitat. We have leisure districts, research districts, and trade districts. These could be used almost solely for making Unity. If we go with the leisure districts and the habitation districts, plus it's where our rich and most powerful people can live. There's also trade districts for money, then research for research. I do like research, we do need more research. But this would affect our empire sprawl quite massively. For now though, we really do need some more Unity. So here's the idea, we need to weaken these fellows before we can even have a chance of taking them over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take over this world, and this world fairly soon, as soon as we have the influence, and then simply give all that to our minion. Because that way it doesn't increase our empire sprawl and we'll get the energy from those planets anyway, because they're paying us energy. Seems good to me.
Scientific breakthrough achieved. Construction complete.
Behold the corporate cruisers.
Complete.
Lovely. Our cruisers continue to be built at a blistering pace, now using kinetic artillery. Our autocannons are also about to be upgraded. Truly, this is a great day for the Empire. The corporation is going to spread with a lot more aggressiveness very, very soon. Now, back to claims. There we are. Oh, in fact, we could just grab that and that. Probably be easier. This would weaken them a lot anyway. We're still taking over one of the worlds, giving it to our minions, and we are continuing to speed up our growth, whereas they are kind of stagnating a bit. Fine, rather than just skipping straight ahead to the planet, let's just grab all their systems. Our minions will be best pleased. We are kind to those who serve. Everyone else, too bad. Off we go to war, with these lovely, lovely marauders at our side. Money can't buy you happiness, but it can buy you guns. We're going to war! Organize a festival! We will continue to donate because as soon as possible, I would love to be able to reform our government, increasing its power and reach amongst the stars. Now, one thing I am very happy with is that our alloys are still pretty stable, even though all of our fellows are moving, so they're costing more, and our naval capacity has been reached. So that's pretty good, honestly. Not so sure about habitats, though. They seem a bit rubbish, to be honest. Not as good as they used to be. Still interesting. Can definitely see their place in the galaxy, but yeah, not as good as they used to be, at least in terms of first impressions. Okay, everyone's ready? I've made some more claims anyway, which I wish I didn't do, because I could afford to do this instantly, but oh well. Let's grab both of their worlds. This will be a glorious fight.
At last, to war!
To war. Let's go straight for this one. They're most likely going to reinforce from this side, so I would like to hit their ships head on. Now, there is a wormhole over here, which is really annoying, because that may mean that these fellows will reinforce through this direction. But the thing is, if they don't fight together, they will lose. So I'm okay with that. No idea what they're even going to want. Ooh, hello, things. No. All they want to do is humiliate us. Well, we definitely have the better deal there.
Attack run on enemy station.
The mercenaries are so much faster than we are. Won't take long to claim all of this, and hopefully their worlds are not too well defended. Our government is improving itself. Some would say that is impossible, but don't worry, it is truly possible. Even the perfect can become more perfect in the eyes of the imperfect. Honestly, just more naval capacity would be lovely. At the same time, though, less war exhaustion and more happiness for all, for we are a media conglomerate. All who follow us truly know our perfection, as previously mentioned. Sure, why not? Everyone's happier, wars are easier. And more people are being shot.
We are tracking an enemy.
We are so not the good guys. Hello there, Federation builders. Meet the Marauders. Crush them, destroy them, turn them into rubble. They're not even ours. I'm having way too much fun with this. Don't worry though, we are on our way. We'll help out later. Lovely.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Just wait for our main fleet to get there, and our secondary fleet is also on its way. More minerals for us. Ooh, droids. The good thing with that is we can finally become cyborgs. We could go down the route of becoming synths. I haven't done that in a while. Do like being synths. Synths are very powerful. Maybe we should. It's been a while. Originally I wanted to go down the genetic route, but we don't seem to be getting that tech. And there's their Federation fleet, equally destroyed. Lovely. Fire the artillery, lads! Now this is our fleet. You know, if they all fought together and didn't split up so much, we would have actually lost, you know. I was looking at the numbers, and yeah, they have a stronger fleet than we do. They had a stronger fleet than we do. Most of them are dead now. The Marauders are going back over here because there is a fleet trying to sneak up behind us, and that is from their allies. So we'll happily dispatch that. Just stand your ground there, no point in attacking that station until everyone's here. It's not like our war exhaustion is going anywhere. More tech! We really need some more civilian industries though. We are going so into debt with consumer goods. Once again, I'm very thankful that alloys are worth so much. The funny thing is, we're most likely selling these to the enemies we're currently fighting because they're buying them to reinforce their fleets. Look, they are now worth 11 energy each. Yeah. We're selling weapons to the enemy whose weapons we are destroying. Capitalism, yo. We were victorious, and because of that, I've gave all of this space to our allies, and I am keeping this one little system here to ourselves. The reason is this is going to be converted into a resort world. It's going to be a historical battleground where people can visit and see the might of the Empire, make themselves feel good to be on the winning side. Whoa, multiple species here. What am I going to do with this place? Ooh, racket, hello. But what am I going to do with this place, then? We could turn this into a mining / food production facility. In which case, our new members are not going to be the happiest members ever. Because most likely what I'm going to do is make them owned. Not sure. Welcome to the Empire. Using up all of our alloys right now just to upgrade our ships. Which should be really upgraded. We have better autocannons, better shields, and better armor. So, lots of new stuff, which is lovely. I'm also now considering heavily removing one of our traits if we go over to our Empire. Indentured assets. Although it was great in the early game, right now we need more specialists, especially on this world here. As you can see, we have so many roles open because too much of the population is owned by the state. We need to free them. We need more specialist jobs at this point. We need more consumer goods. Drastically. Even some of our forge worlds have alloy facilities not being used. 200 corvettes! What? That is terrifying. Why are you so weak, though? 26k for 200 corvettes is weird, and you don't look that weak. You're not that much weaker than ours. Is it just because of the null void beam being so weak in terms of basic stats? That can't be right. Wow, you all have that. You are going to chew through shields. Okay, note to self. That's why they aren't inferior with fleet power. I don't think we would win another war unless we buy more mercenaries again, which I don't really want to do. For one science ship, we get plus 15% trade value for the next 960 months. Yes. That's a very good deal, thank you. Prosperity is finished, and we are also building our first battleships now, which is very, very lovely. We are going to go with the flesh is weak, and we are going to try and turn everyone into synths. In the end, this will be the easiest way to deal with our population, because it will turn every single species into synths, which will be far more easy to control. I mean, to use efficiently. Synergy! Other buzzwords. But right now, though, the flesh is weak. Hello there, fronds of red. Well, you picked a great place to spawn in. You're going to hurt both of our enemies. Have fun with that. We'll be over here, just minding our own business, upgrading our ships over and over again.
Our ships have been made superior.
We are actually quite behind, honestly, considering the year right now. Our science is doing terribly, and our Empire Sprawl is way higher than I would like it to be. But I've had a lot of fun so far. Still need to learn how to be aggressive. I tend to play very non-aggressive empires, so this has been a very sharp learning curve. Just gonna hire some mercenaries purely because I want to see if this will make us strong enough to make these fellows inferior over here. Where are you? Yes! Nope, that's the wrong one, I believe. No, that is the correct one. Why are you pathetic suddenly? Oh, you are being devoured by the marauders. This would be a very mean time to go to war. Come on. Attaboy.
At last, to war.
And our mercenaries, who should all be over here. Lovely. Oh, that's a problem. I was about to say, we're going to go through here to try and assassinate them, but, well, we have a small problem here. The marauders are going to take over this area. Okay, mercenaries, you are now on defense duty whilst I'm at war with the other fellows. I will be making some more fleets over here in order to defend ourselves. This is a terrible time to go to war. Is that going to stop me? No. Because I'm mean. And also, taking out these fellows means these are no longer in a federation, which means they lose their federation fleet and lose their supremacy with their fleets. We're back, now with battleships!
Construction complete.
Federation fleet in our sights. Can we get them before they run away like the cowards they are? The silly pacifists. No, alas, they are running away. Maybe it's for the best. They are going to most likely try and fight the Marauders. Just follow along. Slowly. Maybe it is for the best. Don't destroy them just yet. Let them fight the other forces first. Gotta be honest, the AI mod definitely makes the AI way more competent.
Construction complete.
In fact, the Prime Index over here is just dominating the game at the moment. We are nothing in comparison to them. Also, their Corvette spam is really countering us. Only winning due to superior numbers, and even then, only just. Well, let's see how much this is going to hurt us. Goodbye, indentured assets. Hello, brand loyalty. Or maybe free traders. Yep, let's go with free traders.
Construction complete.
Okay, so minus minerals, but we have jumped up to plus 2k in our research, and we are no longer losing consumer goods. That actually wasn't as bad as I expected. Good. Lovely, we are now cyborgs. At least our main species is. Oh no, it seems like everyone got turned into cyborgs. Lovely. Bonus habitability, which is the main thing, and our leaders, who are also cyborgs, should have a bonus, yet plus 5% research speed. Lovely, and that also goes for all other jobs, giving some kind of bonus. Bonus minerals, for instance, if you're a governor. And if you're a leader, nothing, but you're a cyborg, and that's the important thing. Since they like Corvettes so much, I've made a tiny little Corvette spam group myself. Purely because, honestly, they're much faster than the battleships. So they're rushing ahead and grabbing all of these systems, whereas our main fleets are causing some damage to all of the sections here, where their fleets keep on reinforcing. Ooh, well, hello, there's been some damage over here. And this fleet has just been finished as well, which is lovely. Loads of battleships in this fleet. It's a shame they're both in the way. It'd be great to attack from there, but right now... Is that still under control of the Horde? By the looks of things, it probably is. Just going to leave that for now. Let these fellows deal with it.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
200 Corvettes again. So glad we have more Corvettes this time. Equipped with high armor as well, because they're using so many anti-shield things. Sell those, buy those, buy those, everything's happy. Now that was a fight. I completely forgot they have this empire in their little federation as well, which is really annoying. You two will just be destroyed by the station, right? Yeah, definitely. Cool. We're getting close. We are getting very close. So I think what I'm going to do now is back off and try and grab more of this territory. In fact, no. Stay there. Except for the Corvette fleet, which is now going to be heavily damaged. You can go back and start dealing with the stray systems. Our ground forces can merge and start grabbing some of the planets. We're so close, but we are running out of war exhaustion. This has been a nightmare of a war. Yes! Synths! Glorious! That was a bit loud, but that's great, because now we're researching synths, it means that the next ascension perk we get can very easily be synths. All we also need then is the other bit of research, which allows them to be leaders, the synthetic personality matrix. Once we have both of these, then we can convert ourselves into synths, and that will really, really help out our long term. Which is nice. Needless to say. Achieve war goals! Finally, there we go! Welcome. Okay, all of you get back. You need some serious upgrades. You've been just there for ages. And honestly, you may as well join the fight as well. The Horde is clearly beaten back at the moment, so all of you, please go over to there. Get your upgrades, because next time we go to war with one of these two, which are stronger than the ones we just fought, but of course, we have weakened them significantly. Wow, we have really weakened them. Yep, they have, like, no fleet power left, that's why. Lovely. So as soon as they're no longer at war, we can grab them, although by the looks of things, these fellows have joined the war as well. Well, that happened. And the robots continue to just dominate. The Marauders have broken into a new empire. Weak. And in need of guidance. Well, straight back to war. And you fellows, turn around, you're gonna go through this way instead. Lovely. I've just realised something I didn't realise until just now. When we turned everyone into cyborgs, the new cyborg species instantly got full citizenship. We have had no owned populations for a very long time. We turned far more, well, more morally grey, and I didn't even realise. Fine, sure, whatever. Sure, the robots have all the tech and their economy is good, but their guns are apparently lacking. And isn't that all that really matters in this world? We'll simply destroy the Marauders, go through here and take over everything they've ever owned. Eventually. For now, relative peace. We still need to focus on these two. The good thing is, now we're finally taking empires before weakening them heavily. It means that all of our branch offices are actually really powerful, so our energy reserves are going up, despite the fact I'm spending more. And every empire I grab, the better. We now have synth leaders, which means all of our people are now going to be robots. Because the robots essentially live off money. Because energy is money in this game, I think it makes complete sense. Plus, all of our species will become one harmonious single entity. Or at least one harmonious single species.
Situation log updated.
Let's get it started. Our fleets are looking good. Very, very good indeed. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Yet somehow you are equivalent. I'm assuming that that's because of your Federation fleet. Between the two of you, you still pose a problem to us. That's just annoying. It's rude, honestly. Now researching the focused arc emitter, and as soon as we finish off turning everyone into synths, well, we instantly have some more robot points for them, so hopefully they're going to be very efficient synths. And we need more minerals. Thankfully, energy is very easy for us to get.
Complete.
The synthetic age. There we are. All of our people are one single species, except for you, apparently. What makes you so special? This isn't our planet. Why do I have them on my Empire page? I don't know. I don't really care. Robots! For now, let's just give them plus 5% to all jobs. And let's swap you over to the more boring looking ones. Because I just like them. I'm also going to make them more expensive to produce, but then they can also be happier. I'm also going to give them very, very good rights.
Situation log updated.
Doesn't look like we have any more engineering research stored. Nope, sadly not. We got loads from all of the corpses we managed to harvest from over here, but sadly, that took a very long time.
Building ruined.
Now, to do something very annoying, going to have to swap all of these agricultural districts for either city districts or generator districts or mining districts. Essentially anything except for food. We do not need food anymore. Food is useless to us.
Scientific breakthrough.
So, it's a brand new day of recording, and I've just looked back at the previous day's footage, and I'm unhappy to say I've lost the last 20 more minutes of gameplay. Now, thankfully, because of how long this video is, that only equates to maybe 2 or 3 minutes worth of footage. So, essentially, what I've lost is the following. Our lovely neighbours, the robots, are now our bestest friends ever, with only a little bit of bribery and some mutual rivals. We are now just on really, really good terms. We have a defensive pact with them, and we even have a research agreement, despite the fact they are much further ahead in terms of tech. A moment ago, they were behind in terms of their fleet, but have managed to catch up. We are now ignoring the Federation builders over here, not because of anything we really wanted to do, but they were at war for the last maybe 40 years, and that was getting really annoying. So I'm moving over here to take out these fellows instead. Now, when I was moving down here, they were inferior to us, so that's really annoying that they seem to have bounced up as well, but that's okay because we can always just grab their neighbours instead. Going to war with them, we just go through this territory instead, destroying this empire. It will still count towards conquering these fellows, and then we can have these as our next tributaries. So all is well and good. Although before our fleets get there, I am going to try and make some more fleets, just to see if we can make these inferior first, because that would be more money. Also, it's very early in the morning, so my stamina is coming back. Okay, so let's have a quick look. See, all our fleets are indeed on the way. All nice and powerful. Lovely. Let's make some more, and hopefully we can get there in time. Don't really need that anymore, oddly enough. Let's just grab some of the cheap ones, because we can. Okay, so, bit of a change of plan. Right now, our robot allies are fighting off against the fallen empire. That is really annoying. Where are your fleets? They're down here. Okay, fellows. Why don't we stick with their fleets and just support them. Now, we currently don't have any war goals in this, although they do wish to conquer. How about if we make some claims? What happens then? Do we grab the areas if we win? Because that would be awesome, because I want the homeworld, obviously. I want the font of knowledge. I don't know if that means we'll end up actually getting that if we win this war, but still, we will be able to get the tech at least, and that's honestly worth it. So, move in one of our basic ships over there as soon as possible, because we really want that tech.
Special project.
All forces, aid our robot brethren. Honestly, it seems like we're strong enough to beat one of their fleets all by ourselves, so as long as we destroy their main fleet, we're in really good position. That's quite a weak station, so you know what, lads? We don't even need to wait for our robot overlords. Just move over there and get ready for a fight. Although it does seem like they're finally moving towards the enemy as well, which is nice. And they definitely are strong enough, so if we're lucky, we are going to be changing our plans and grabbing a brand new ultimate planet. With all of these lovely special buildings on. For the glory of the corporation. And scientists, could you please move a little bit faster? That would be lovely. Yeah, we can definitely take out one of their fleets. And we are focusing quite heavily on anti-shield as well, although soon we are going to have to focus on stuff which ignores shields and armor, just to make sure we can deal with the full, not the full empire, the endgame crisis. The new fleet is also being created. Preparing the ambush now.
Battle is joined.
No, don't focus on the bloody landing forces.
Battle is joined.
There we go, focus on these fellows. The ones with the guns.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Here's wishing we had some more point defense. Oh, okay, all of their shields have been stripped away already, which is great. Our corvettes have the majority of our anti-armor stuff, but apparently that was not needed. Utter destruction of their fleets was achieved. Beautiful. Okay, so fellows, can you please take back this station? Then jump over there, then get ready to start entering their territory. Well, with their main fleet destroyed and their inability to actually reinforce their fleets, we've essentially won this war already, so a nice little side project, which is going to give us some lovely, lovely tech. The first station is ours, and their fleets are just absolutely devastated. I'm, of course, going to move directly towards our goal. In fact, no, move there, then get ready on the border. Now, I've just realised something. If we get the Federation, we can form a federation with the Machine Empire. We would be unstoppable. Imagine that Federation fleet. It would be beautiful. The final main fight. Wouldn't recommend getting too close, fellows. We still have lots of corvettes in this fleet. Now, we do not really have the landing parties capable of instantly taking over this, so we are going to be bombarding for quite some time. Which is a shame, because we're going to do some damage to this place, but it's the only way, really. 3,000 garrison forces, yeah. And we have 420. Now, thankfully, we do have more on the way, and we are building more ground forces over here, which I'll constantly send over. But it's going to take a while, needless to say. At least our scientists are finally getting here. Look, research, just this on its own will grant us access to stronger shields, stronger thrusters, stronger generators, everything we could possibly want. Everything a growing ship needs. Our allies just kind of attacked this planet without really thinking. They're going to lose everything. But on the upside, they are massively speeding up our bombardment, so I'm not complaining. I'm just confused. Actually, no, I need the Citadel. I want my Titans. I love how expensive alloys are. There we are, both of our shipyards are now being converted into citadels, meaning soon we will indeed have Titans. They may not be the most useful in the end, purely because they get targeted so darn early, but they are really fun. And that's really the whole point. Also, our general is a substance-abusing robot. I don't know how that works, but it's cool. And sad. This is a great day for our empire. The Galactic Stock Exchange will make some of our planets worth an absolute fortune, increasing the trade value of a planet by 20% and offering 2 merchant jobs. That is glorious. We have a lot of planets giving us lots of trade value, hence our energy reserve. Well, that and the fact we're getting 800 energy from our minions, but still, this is very good indeed. Also, we are now attacking the Font of Knowledge, and hopefully, we will be victorious. Come on. Just these 3 left defending. These have simply ran away. We have an odd mix of forces here. Robot forces, own populations, and regular assault troops. Lovely, it's ours. Okay, let's help out our allies now by taking out the last 2 bastions and thus triggering victory. Okay, so victory just happened anyway. And apparently we've got some refugees. Now, I'm assuming that anyone who joins us will instantly be converted, right? No, okay, so set default rights, assimilation. Simple as that. If you're on our territory, you are going to be a synth, deal with it. Now, speaking of these alternate synths, which are over here, going to want you to be a bit more useful than just domestic servitude. What do I want you to be, though? Just the standard, I suppose. Bonus resources. And since you're going to be here, you're not going to be able to do any of the other jobs, so just happiness. Yeah, bonus resources and happiness, sure, that's reasonable. Now let's take a look-see at our new planet. This is what you've won! So at the moment, it's massively damaged, but let's ignore that for a second. Lots of energy being created. Minerals, yep, loads of good stuff, excellent. So what we need to do, really, is swap out these residential archaeologies for foundry, industrial, and leisure, because they are so far away, getting the trade route all the way back to our homeland without pirates constantly attacking it, it's not even going to be worth it at this point. So, focusing on turning this into a giant alloy foundry seems to be a good way to go. And soon, all of these fellows are going to be synths as well. All these unemployed people should be converted very, very soon. I think that happens after the first month passes. At least it begins.
A new conflict has erupted.
Okay, let's have a look now. Yep, there we go. They're unemployed, and I believe they should be converted soon. Unless the default didn't apply. Okay, nope, the default didn't apply. So what we need to do is set rights and assimilation. Lovely. We can't assimilate these, can we, into... No, of course not. They're already robots. Speaking of which, we have 104 regular rubbish robots on our planet, which I also need to convert very soon. There we go. Now they're converting. So I've been thinking, which is a rare thing for me, admittedly. Having tributaries is very important. It will allow us to continue to have lots and lots of energy, but we already have a ridiculous amount of energy, which is only going to increase now that our trade value is about to skyrocket. We also have a ridiculous amount of alloys, so honestly, having these fellows here, not really all that interesting. But what if we free all these people, who all like us at the moment, and we could always bribe them as well, and turn them into a federation? Just because I want a Federation fleet, I don't really care about how strong my Federation members are. As long as I can have a Federation fleet, that's all that matters. For fun, mostly. Is that possible? And would it be worth it? Just one of these fellows, so let's say these fellows here. They do see us as a threat, so which one of you likes us the most? That would be you. So how about if we free you and make you into Federation members? You two were the first I ever controlled. I don't know if this is a good idea or not, but it would be fun. Our allies have arrived! Lovely.
Battle is joined.
We are essentially at their capital already, and that will be the first to fall. On the upside as well, our ground forces already have warp drives, and all future builds will also have warp drives. We can jump, essentially, and jump drives is what I was meant to say there.
Beginning attack run on enemy station.
So this is interesting. What happens if I open a migration treaty and we are synthetic? Will the organics arrive at our planets and then be converted? If so, will that basically double our population growth? Find out soon! Also, we're under attack over here because it turns out that wormhole goes to their territory, as you can clearly see. So, building a secondary fleet here, one of our fleets is moving up again, this fleet's moving back, so we're going to attack both empires at the same time. On the upside, our allies are here, knocking out some of their fleets as well. Now, from next month, we should see if we're getting the migration going. Yes, we are! Look at that! Wow, 8 per month? What? We are going to build so many synths. So that's 10 per month plus 8 per month. In fact, it's over 10 and over 8. That is insane. It's almost 19 growth per month. I'm okay with this. Also, robots doing their job.
Our warriors.
So, this just popped up. I believe this might be one of the L-Gate events. We are the blank architects of the Galactic Gateway Network. If you're receiving this transmission, then we can only blank that we are not too late. Okay, so yep, these are the nanites. Sorry, no, these are the fellows who created the nanites, who are most likely now dead, and the Grey Tempest is most likely a thing now over here, so I'm assuming someone's just got to the L-Gate. Oh dear. That's not great. Okay, 2 quite weak fleets there, that's fine. Let's go through the wormhole. We've almost won now, in fact. After a long, drawn-out war, we are now the owners of these lovely fellows down here. They are now under our guard, and they are safe from the other threats of the galaxy. Eventually, I may release them and try to make them into our Federation, but for now, they're simply going to be our subject. make them into our Federation, we are going to have a Federation with them. You know, I've got to speak more nicely about them. Anyway, I've just also accidentally dealt with one of the Grey Tempest. It seems like the Grey Tempest have been released all over the map, thankfully none in my territory. But still, so we have these fellows out and about causing some havoc, slowly destroying system after system. Thankfully, at this stage in the game, they're not that strong, and even some of our vassals should be okay to deal with them all on their own. But for now, what we're going to do is we're going to go through this L gate, go over here, and see if we can stop them at the source. So let's send in all of our fleets, let's get them all going towards the L gates. In fact, I already am. Fantastic, didn't even realise. I'm also going to send in some scientists as soon as they're ready. So, you there, get to the L gate and get ready to go through, because we wanted to take control of this area as soon as possible. Same goes for you. How difficult is it going to be for you to get there? And to warp into that wormhole there, go over to here, then down. Okay, it's actually not too bad, especially since you do have jump drive. So, just go and wait there instead. Don't actually jump just yet, please. I've decided to go with the Archaeology project, purely because I saw this world over here, our ultimate tech world, and it was already set up to turn into the Archaeology project. So there we go. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. Just do the repeatable there. Let's get some more minerals as soon as we can afford them. Right now we are a little bit low on funds, purely because I just sold loads of stuff to sort out the archaeology. There we are. Lovely. And eventually this will become an archaeology project as well. But for now, let's make sure we keep this under our control.
Complete.
Lovely. We now have complete control of the L gate, or at least the main entrance to the L gate, which is the important part. Now to just deal with everything else, and we shall be good to go. In fact, let's just explore that and that, please. Thank you very much.
Construction complete.
What we need to do is get to the main section over here, then the event will occur, which all of the Grey Tempest will simply disintegrate, and then we'll have full access to over here, which means lots and lots of new planets. Not really great, considering we are playing as a corporation still. Honestly, it would be best if we moved away from being a corporation at this point, but that's not how we're playing this empire. That's just not what we do. Finally upping our admin cap. And we need to build a new scientist, since we just lost ours, but finally we've explored all the way to the final system, so let's deal with the end of the Grey Tempest. There it is, the factory.
Achieved.
Our forces should be strong enough to deal with this. Should. Did not realize how many fleets they had.
Construction complete.
Well, if not, we do have other fleets on the way, so even if we do end up losing this one, which I don't think we are going to, it's fine. There we are. The Tempest have been removed, which means now all of the nanite worlds can be converted into regular worlds. At quite a low cost as well. So everyone will have... Let's see. Every single planet will be Alpine. Not that it really matters anymore since we are robots. But still, I just think it's fitting. You know, bribery. Isn't it awesome? In fact, no, I've already bribed you quite a bit. This should give you maximum happiness with us. And... invite into Federation! The old allies are the people I just took over. Well, they're now part of our Federation. Glorious. The Great Bomb League. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Let's make sure all of our ships are up to scratch. Lovely. So now we can make a lovely Federation fleet, which is going to be terrifying. Oh, look at all the ships our allies making for us. Not quite up to scratch, since I have changed the design since, but still, good enough. And even with only one member in our Federation, we've almost maxed out our Federation fleet size anyway, which is at most 500. So, that's fine. Would you like a research agreement? Minus 110. Would you like to be associated with our Federation? Over minus 1 million. Well, that's, You really don't want to be part of our Federation, do you? So, you are very much broken. You were an AI uprising from this empire, but you sort of just failed. Good to know. All unemployed, which are not necessary for buildings to be maintained, are going to be removed and placed on one of our many arcologies. We are going to have 4 of them now, as the final one is about to start being created. And because of that, lots and lots of jobs are going to be available. Thankfully, the ones which are already running do have loads of jobs to spare, so it shouldn't be all that difficult. Just keep doing this, and we're going to get loads more trade value. In fact, we've already got a lot of trade value. I'm tempted to turn some of that energy into either Unity or consumer goods, using the power of... Where are you? It's not economic policy, it's trade policy. There we are. Wealth creation, consumer benefits, or marketplace of ideas, giving us consumer goods, Unity, or just pure energy. At the moment, just pure energy, but for the future, maybe swapping over wouldn't be the worst. How do we have an enslaved robot? What? I'm not even allowing. That's really weird. I am very, very tempted to allow the materialists to take some control of our government, losing some of our militarist by 10% fire rate. We can gain plus 5% research speed and make our robots cost 10% less, which is pretty good considering we have almost 2,000 robots now, all draining energy and consumer goods. How much would that cost? 500 influence, so it might not happen, but I am very tempted by it. In the future. If I can. Maybe. We have hit the point now where there's so many worlds constantly doing different things, there are so many reinforcements heading towards us, and everyone is doing something else, that the game is starting to slow to a crawl. I'm getting 30 FPS at most when I'm not pausing the game, so expect the clips from here to be a little bit more scattered, because it is very difficult to make sure everything is up and running, and to try and get as much footage as possible. So, one thing I will say is, things are going very well, and it turns out having all these branch offices is actually really, really beneficial. Having loads of the executive retreats and all of the other different bonuses, for instance, I can have extra alloys, extra food, not that I'm trying to use that at the moment, extra science, is actually adding up a lot. So I'm okay with this. We're also increasing our immigration pool because our population is exploding because of that. The amount of people heading towards us to become synths is increasing year by year, and that is truly a beautiful sight indeed. So with that, let's make sure we have enough jobs for them. Rapidly heading towards 1,000 alloys every month, and our Federation fleet is looking terrifying already. Lovely. Very soon, though, it will be reaching its maximum size, although a lot of reinforcements are still on the way. There we are, lovely! The Arcology project is now meant we have one of these all to ourselves, and it's homemade! Not made by a fallen empire of some kind, which is very, very nice indeed. Okay, just one person currently being assimilated, loads of jobs already available, so I'll wait until there's a few more people there. And more minerals for us. The Great Bomb League now has a wonderful fleet of 300 ships, including 2 Titans. And a lot of corvettes, almost completely from our allies, but still, that's not bad. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 fleets, which are all over 100,000. We have this one, which is almost 300,000, then 2, which are just shy of 100,000. I think we're going to be okay. Our homeworld has been made beautiful. Lots of new planets being colonized, all of them being turned into mining bases, with the exception of this one. So it's a good job this is the one I was just showing off as an example. But yeah, all of them will become mining bases, because right now we are being siphoned of minerals at a ridiculous rate. They are all becoming alloys or becoming consumer goods to try and keep up with our consumer goods demand. Yeah, kind of moved too much into the sciences and alloys, and kind of forgot that, oh yeah, there's no one working the mines anymore. So, let's try and sort this out before we are completely made poor. You need energy credits, do you not? To zap and spark along with the million circuits that drive your kind. We can assist. Well, thank you. I will gladly take those those bonus energy credits from technicians, and now realizing I am getting way too tired. It's 3 AM. I've just noticed it's 3 AM. That's why I'm doing impressions. Terrible ones. And now for my impression of being a human. Maybe tomorrow. Migration treaties for all. Everyone gets to be a synth. Except you. The Galactic Power Surge. I cannot remember which one this is. Is this? Okay, I've got a feeling like this isn't the ghost signal. Or is it? I feel like this is maybe the unbidden. Wow, we haven't actually fought the unbidden in ages. Oh, I can hear background sound. It's like music, but actually sound, just normal sound, and it's like, whoosh. That is the whoosh of the unbidden. The unbidden are on their way. Which means we are really badly equipped to fight them right now. Well, we kind of are, kind of aren't. The battleships are okay, because I have those lovely things, the arc emitters, but I didn't bother to get the lightning. Although, we do have the null void beams. That would be interesting to use these. Long range, super effective versus shields. So essentially, what the lovely fellows of the unbidden are shields and hull, but mostly shields. A drastic portion is just shield. Oh, wow, you do low damage. Average damage, 13. Yeah, I get you have a 4 times bonus against shields, but never mind. So, really, though, missiles are going to be great, so the corvettes should be converted into missile boats, at least. Bonus shield and armor damage. I don't think they have armor at all. So, Marauder missiles, I guess? And then we should use something like the Phase Disruptor. So we are completely ignoring the shields with the corvettes, then the larger vessels are still hitting the shields, but with a lot of stuff which is counter-shield, so yeah, that sounds reasonable to my face. So, how about some... Okay, I also don't know what types of weapon they use. I think, if I am recalling correctly, they use anti-armor stuff, which is really annoying right now, because apparently I'm just a little bit short on power. Could just weaken the sensors, at least, just on the corvettes. Less tracking, but at the same time, this would let them have full small matter deflectors. Sure. Sure. Then the rest, really, is pretty much good to go. Maybe the cruise... Yeah, the cruisers should also be converted into missile boats, and that's it. Hello from the future whilst editing. For some reason, I lost a bit of footage just after that last clip, in which the unbidden actually appear. So it is indeed the unbidden. They appeared, they spawned in the bottom left of the map, and they are attacking our robot allies. How will Lathrix deal with this threat? Tune in to find out. Or stay tuned to find out. Continue watching this video. Thank you. How do we only have rank 1 reactor boosters? Just taking a very quick little detour before we get all the way over there, and we've just killed some void clouds in order to get void lightning, or cloud lightning I think it's called, now I've said it out loud. Either way, it's a very decent weapon which ignores shields, which battleships can equip, so that'll make our battleships way more effective, although most likely what we're going to have to do is just add them to future builds. I really can't afford to retrofit everything at the moment. Okay, that was pretty perfect. So, what we need to do is make sure that the enemy have no anchors. If they have no anchors, it means that their portal becomes vulnerable and then we can take it out. Now, what we could do is attack this section first, attacking this builder, but the problem is, as soon as we take out the main fleet, which is a very scary main fleet, what normally happens is all of these invaders will all move in to defend the core. As it stands at the moment, they're all spreading out and staying fairly solitary. So what we can do is, with our little death ball over here, is go from one group to the next, to the next, to the next, taking out all of the smaller fleets and all of the construction vessels. In the background, I'm using all of my alloys to produce battleships which are using cloud lightning and should be far, far better versus the unbidden. The group here is not specialized. They will only win because of sheer number and long-range weaponry. The new battleships will win because they are hard counters. We need both to defeat that massive fleet. So, with that in mind, let's go and hopefully take out all the stragglers. This could have gone better. Still could have gone a lot worse, though. Okay, rush over there now. Let's try and take out this construction vessel, which is going this way. Let's go there. That'll be their last construction vessel they currently have, although more will appear later. Although we are doing so well, one thing to note is our damage is terrible. It's really low. Just sheer number is winning the day right now. Don't really want to sell alloys right now, but I really want these to continue to be built. Do we risk it? We could risk it and go straight for the main base right now. Destroying that anchor will make the portal weakened and available to be attacked. I don't think our fleet will win, though. That's the problem. Maybe it will, but if either of these attack with them, then we won't. So I think we should do, for now, is regroup over here. Take out those two straggler groups. If any more spawn, keep on taking them out. We are still building better battleships in the background. Change of plan. Okay, you fellows go like this. We're sending in the better battleships right now. The reason is, this fleet here is moving away from this system. This fleet is already 2 systems away. If we begin the attack, there's no way they can make 2 jumps before the battle is over. If we win the game. If we lose, we're still going to have weakened them to such a degree, it won't be terrible. Here we go. I thought those were missiles. They are all corvettes. Wow. That's just painful.
Scientific breakthrough achieved. A fleet has made the ultimate sacrifice.
The portal is being hit. And we are victorious. Well, with that, the game is won. The endgame crisis is over. And our fleets are, wow, badly damaged. I mean, that was a win, but wow, we lost a lot of fleet power there. Behold the power of Defender of the Galaxy. So many corvettes lost their lives. And all of this, thanks to the support of our allies and the devotion of our loyal subjects. Corporate rule, once again, defends the galaxy. You're welcome, everyone. Well, that was a lot of fun. I think I did the build quite poorly a lot of the way through, but it was a stupidly fun run. That was a really fun playstyle, and I will definitely try and do something like this again in the future, which is a bit more meta, but that was really, really enjoyable. So if you have enjoyed, then of course, likes, favourite, shares, comments, all that good stuff helps out me, helps out the channel, and most importantly, shows that Stellaris is a series you wish to see continued in the future. These full playthrough runs may take days upon days of recording, but they are one of the things I really truly do enjoy, so I really hope you've been enjoying it as well, and if you have any Empire suggestions for the future, please tell me in the comments below. That was an insane amount of fun, and in the end, the corporation will always be victorious, because all people are just consumers. And on that rather depressing note, Thank you for watching, have a lovely day, do take care, toodles.